Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is another he didn't know I was trans video. I just thought this week maybe I should just do like story time this week. Since I remember like some of the craziest stuff that I went through as a post-op trans woman. So yeah, so before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help your girl out. And let's get started. Okay. So, so after I ended up moving out of, so the house that I was, so in the last video, I talked about like this house I was staying at with two roommates. So I ended up moving up out of there, and I ended up moving in with another, like another roommate situation. So basically, I moved in. So I went, so we're gonna call the guy, we're gonna call him Greg. So Greg basically, um, he had a house with a pool and it was really nice. And in the rooms that you rent out, there was like a TV in there with cable and everything like that. So I was pretty much sold. Seemed pretty cool. He seemed like a really cool guy. And then my roommate was going to be a girl. So I was like, okay, even better. Because if it was a house full of guys, I most likely wouldn't have taken the room. But my roommate was a girl and she was a year older than me. So I was like, all right, cool. And at the time, she was actually really cool. Like, I really was like, dang, this girl could be like my friend, you know? So, and then Greg too, he lived in the house too, but he was like the landlord slash roommate as well. So I had two roommates and then me. So basically, so I did the interview, I passed, he did background checks and like all that. So I ended up passing all of that. So basically I got the room and then so I moved in. And then after that, so I was only there for like 3 months, y'all. Like 3 whole months. And it feels like I've been there like longer than that. Like I feel like I've been there at least like a year, you know? So basically me and Greg was actually really cool. He was really down to earth, like really cool guy, everything like that. I did not disclose I was trans. I feel like I'm just renting a room out. I don't need to disclose anything. Like so so the show Euphoria came out. So me and my roommate, we'll call her Caitlin. We'll call her Caitlin. So me and Caitlin basically we were the show Euphoria came out, like I think it was like season two. And so me and Caitlin would watch the show, and so me and her, was hooked on it. And that's how me and Caitlin got close in the house, was because of the show. So after that happened, so Greg would always bring his girlfriend. His girlfriend was crazy. So her name was gonna be Crazy because the girl was legit crazy. Like I kid you not, there was something really wrong with the girl. She was like in her, I think, 40s, but the girl looked really good for her age. Like she was very pretty, very she was very cute, pretty. She had kids, but she was a very pretty woman. I'm not gonna like one thing about me, I ain't gonna hate on no girl, especially a woman, if I don't like her, but if she got something that, I'm not gonna cap and lie on that. Like, I'm like, that girl, I don't like her, but I mean, she can cook, or I don't like her, but, she is very pretty for her age. Like, she's really pretty. She looks a lot younger too. And I'm not, so, because I'm not a bitter bitch. Like, I will, I'll just say, yeah, I don't like her, but I mean, she is pretty. Like, so anyway. So when I first moved up in there, Greg would talk to me and stuff like that. But if Crazy, if she was on her way to the house, or if she was there or if she was there, Greg would not talk to me at all. Like he wouldn't say hi to me, he would not say bye, he would not do any of that. So, and I felt really uncomfortable because it's like when you walk into a room, like you're supposed to say hello, hi, stuff like that. And I had just moved in there too, so I'm already intimidated and nervous and everything like that. Like I'm moving with a set of people that I don't even know. So, yeah, so basically, so me and Caitlin, we started talking, stuff like that. And I remember when I moved in, I was like, hey, I walked past and Crazy was just sitting there on the chair, just looking at me. And then Greg just sat there and just didn't say anything. And I was like, what the hell? So then when Crazy would leave, then that's when Greg would talk to me. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So me and Caitlin, that's how me and Caitlin, we got close too, because me and her did not like the girlfriend, Crazy. We did not like her. So basically, Greg started like they started like breaking up on and off and stuff like that. She would just accuse him of a lot of crazy stuff. And so when I moved into my room, y'all, there was these TikTok leggings that were in my room. And there was like 8 pairs of them, and they were my size. So I was like, okay, like, shoot. So I, kept them. And they were in my closet for a good like month, I want to say, and like no one claimed them or anything. So I'm thinking it was maybe the previous people that lived in that room. So I went ahead and they were still in the packages and everything. So I just wore them, you know. So all of a sudden, Crazy comes up to me. She's like, um, did Greg give you those? And I'm like, no. I was like, oh, I just found these in my closet. Like, are these yours? And she's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, I can take these off and, I can give them to you back, She's like, no, it's okay. Like, I just, um, I'm too old to wear those anyways. And I was like, yeah, girl, and they do look better on me. So, anyways, but I didn't want to say that. But yeah, she basically thought that me and Greg was messing around. And she really thought that like we were hooking up and everything like that. Like this girl crazy, like she was just did not like me from jump. And then so I just started like, you know, like when I would see her and stuff, I just would not say hi to her anymore. I would not say nothing because every time like I would say, "Oh, hi," like she would just ignore me and just everything like that. I'm like, "Girl, what is your issue?" But later we did find out like she was really I think she's mentally crazy. Like she's mentally gone through a lot. I mean, I've been through a lot too, but dang, like at least I'm like have the common decency, like, "Oh, hey," like I'm confident in myself. Like, why are you not confident? So, yeah, and I was like, girl, I did not want Greg. So I just went to Greg and I just told him straight up, like, I don't like her. She's rude. Like, she's just over here thinks that we're messing around. So I told Caitlin that. Caitlin started laughing. And Caitlin was like, yeah, I don't like her neither. And then another thing, too, a crazy, like, she'll come into the house at like 8 in the morning. And so me and Caitlin be in our rooms. And then all of a sudden she just click clacking her heels down the hallway. Yeah. And then, like, she's being super loud on purpose, just doing the most. Yes, Dancer, I see you. Like, always want to be in attention. So basically, yeah. So after that happened, you know, Greg and Caitlin, they kept breaking up. So that was another thing. They were on and off, on and off. So one night, after I get home from work, like Caitlin, I think Caitlin was the alcoholic because she would drink all the time. She was always drunk all the time, everything like that. There was a couple times where she kind of said some stuff where she was drunk, and I was like, "Girl, you need to calm down and you need to control your liquor," stuff like that. So, me and Greg and Caitlin, we would take like I'll get home from work because I get home from work late. So we would go in the kitchen and just take like shot. I would take like maybe like 2 shots and then I'm good. Caitlin, she be just drinking the whole bottle. Greg too, like they drink a lot. But at least with Greg though, like he's a big guy, so like of course when he drinks like he can handle his liquor. So and he's not like one of those violent drunks neither. Like he's pretty chill bag. So after we were drinking and stuff like that, I had just broken up with my boyfriend. So, or yeah, my boyfriend actually he broke up with me. Crazy. That's a whole nother story time. So basically, um, my boyfriend dumped me, and so my ex boyfriend had dumped me, and so I was really sad. And I'm like, I'm pretty as hell. I'm like, how you gonna give all this up? Okay, and I'm independent. I'm super. But I just think it was the distance, and he didn't have a car. I keep getting these guys with no cars, so I'm like, you know what? That's why my standards are up higher now. Like, okay, so basically, so after that happened, so every time like we be in the kitchen hanging out and stuff, then that's when he starts bringing up crazy. Talking about some, yeah, like man, she's tripping. She be, me and her, we done. He always say that he done with her, but then like a few days later, she end up back in the house at 8 in the morning, stuff like that. And there was a period, like, I think it was like a couple of weeks where he straight up told her like, you're making my tenants uncomfortable, so like you can't come back here ever again, stuff like that. But then after a couple of weeks, then he went, you know, um, started bringing the girl over again. So I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, so me and him, we started, and this was kind of messy, y'all. This is when things got really messy. So me and him was drinking or whatever. And so, of course, I'm feeling the liquor. When you drink liquor, you just kind of get bold and you just don't care. So me and Caitlin and Greg, we would just do like roommate time, like where we would just hang out and stuff like that. So, we'd be in the kitchen taking shots, talking, whatever. And so after that, Caitlin had, I think it was like my last month living there. Caitlin got a boyfriend. So Caitlin and her boyfriend would come and then they would just go straight to their room. So then me and Greg was hanging out a lot. So basically me and Greg, we taking shots, whatever. And the next thing I know, he's like, you want to watch a movie or something? And I was like, yeah, like we can watch a movie. That's fine. I don't care. So we go watch a movie. And so he broke up with his girlfriend, y'all. So he don't have no girlfriend. So, and I don't like her. She don't like me and I don't like her. She didn't like me from jump. So I'm like, whatever. So I'm just sitting there and like, y'all, usually I don't like taking nobody's leftovers or nothing like that. But me and Justin, we ain't never had like SEX or anything like that. But we sit on the couch and watching a movie. The next time I know, Greg put his hand on my lap. Stop biting me. Dancer over here messing up the story time. So basically, he's sitting on my, so we're sitting next to each other. He put his hand on my lap. And so of course I'm kind of like feeling the liquor. So it's like I thought I really didn't care, but I was kind of like, oh, what he doing? But you know how when you drink liquor, you on cloud nine and you just don't care. So that's kind of how I was. And then so next thing I know, he started pulling his hand up closer and he tried to touch the JJ. And so next thing I know, like I get super messed up. And then I blink and he's straight touching my cootie cat. And at this point, I'm kind of like, oh, wait, like I'm trans. Like he don't even know. And y'all, he didn't complain or nothing. So clearly yeah. So he thought like my stuff was, biological cootie cat. So next thing I know, me and him, we started kissing and we started doing all this extra stuff. And so we hurry up and so yeah, we just made out and stuff like that. So then he wanted to go furthermore and I just said no. I said we're roommates, like this is gonna be awkward, stuff like that, y'all. So um but yeah, he never really got this cootie cat, but we would just cuddle and like make out and stuff like that. But we never did nothing more. Cause I told him, I said, if you try to have sex with me, I said I'm not paying rent. That's what I said. I told him that. I said, I'm not paying rent. And so then he was like, oh, he was like, so I said, what you want to do? I said, because I said, at the end of this month, I'm not paying rent. So then he's like, no, you paying rent, bitch. And so I was like, yeah, that's what I thought, Greg. So, but I'm not gonna lie though, I was lonely. I was really sad because my ex-boyfriend dumped me. And, I wanted to feel validated, so he did caught me when I was vulnerable, stuff like that. So, but yeah, but then he got back with Crazy's ass. And I'm like, why are you back with her? And so then he talking about yeah, well, because he did ask me, he said, I want you to be my girlfriend, all that. I was like, no. Like, no. I told him flat out, I said, no, I don't want to be your girlfriend. And then he's talking about oh, well, and all that stuff. And so I think that's why he got back with her. But yeah, he did ask me, he's like, I want you to be my girlfriend, all that stuff. I was like, no. So, and I was like, Greg, like, that was just drunk fun. Like, that was just drunk fun. And then he was like, oh, yeah, you right. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all, but like, only when I wanted to, it was not when he wanted to, but when I wanted to, like, we would drink and then I would just cuddle with him and then we would like make out and stuff like that. But yeah, that was kind of like my last month living there and that was going on. But things just got like way too like too weird because then like his other ex started coming back in the picture and stuff like that, and I'm like, this is some I don't want to be in. So I had to really honestly think crazy, and because I honestly was starting to go crazy, and then Caitlyn too over here thought I wanted her boyfriend. I already talked about the story time with that. So Caitlyn over here thought I wanted her boyfriend or whatever, and I'm like, girl, you're crazy. So yeah, so basically after that, oh yeah, so I've never disclosed I was trans with this guy, but I mean he did see my cootie cat and we did made out and stuff like that. But I mean, I really feel like I don't know why I should not be putting my business out there like that on here. But I mean, I just want y'all to know like this has kind of been my experience after being like post op and stuff like that. Do I really mess with guys like that? No, I really tell them up front. Like have I not gotten drunk with Greg, I would have never did that. You know, I would have just been like, no. But of course, I was lonely. I was vulnerable. I wanted to be validated. And this is what Greg get. Like he tried to mess with me, to mess with Crazy, and then mess with his other ex that was coming back in the picture. It just started to become like really messy. So, but I don't know, y'all. I think he did find out I was trans because um he had like a little hot tub too in the backyard. So like we would go in the hot tub and just talk. We would really have like deep conversations and stuff. It was really weird. So, we would talk, we would hang out and stuff like that. One thing about Greg though, he was a very good gentleman. Like he would always pay for stuff. He always was really good about that kind of stuff. Like he was really a good gentleman and stuff like that. Um, hmm And so what was I gonna say? So yeah, one time we was watching a movie and then all of a sudden it was like in June. It was like gay pride month or whatever. So I have a little HBO Max account. So of course I had him, I gave him my little HBO Max account because I can have up to like 3 people streaming my stuff without any interruptions of me going on it. So basically, it was Gay Pride Month, so of course there was a lot of like LGBT movies. There was a section just on HBO Max, like for Pride Month, and then so we were just picking a movie, and then he talking about some. Oh look, he was like, "There go your people, like your LGBT people," and of course I kind of looked at him. I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" So I'm like, maybe he does know I'm trans. I don't know, but I kind of just stood there. I didn't say anything. I just ignored him on the couch. And after that, he just left it alone, never brought it up again. So I don't know if he was playing, I don't know. But yeah, after all that crazy stuff of Caitlyn and Crazy and just like I don't know, like what's the funniest thing is it's always the broke people want to talk shit and want to like they want to have a like they just want to have a problem with you. It's always the broke people. And it's like, y'all, like I'm never here at this house. I'm always working. Like and this is when I was doing YouTube in my car, like all tech. I didn't want to know my business, so I didn't want to film in my room. So, yeah. So it's always the broke people wanted like Crazy. She was broke. She didn't have like she lived with her sister with her 2 kids. Like no man wanted her. Um, Caitlyn had got laid off, and then she was working like some job that was like 16 an hour. So it was like, I don't know. And I was always positive. Like, y'all know how I am. Like, I'm very positive. I'm cool. I keep to myself. I mind my business, stuff like that. But yeah, Caitlyn, she was kind of like a little diamond in the rough. Me, like, I mean, I work out, I eat right, I do my hair and makeup. Girl, I'm right across the hall. Like, if you want tips on how to do your makeup and hair, like, girl, I would have definitely helped you. Like, sis, like, I'm the big sis that you needed. Like, girl. And the only reason why I'm talking mess now is because she was heck out of pocket. Like, she would drink a lot. And then, like, and there was one time I went out with her to the bar. Never again. Girl could not handle her liquor. Second time, she over here was saying that I'd be flirting with her dude and all that. I'm like, bitch, I said I only talked to him like one time and you were standing right there. So like what are you talking about? Girl, ain't nobody want your dusty man. He ain't even got nothing that I want. He can't even provide for me. I'm like, he don't even got his own place. And I'm not knocking anybody that don't have their own place. But girl, like I don't want your sloppy fucking leftovers. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, it was a whole mess. But yeah, I've had people try me. So because of all that drama that was going on and stuff with you know, Greg with his exes trying to come back, and then Caitlyn can't control her liquor and want to start some mess with me. Yeah, and I went to Greg and I looked at Greg. I was like, do I really be flirting with her, dude? Because I really thought I was like, do I really? And he told me something, no, you don't. And then he basically told Caitlyn, I was like, wow, Caitlyn, that's such an insecure low blow that you did. And so it was too much. But yeah, I had already gotten an apartment at that point. So because of all that mess was going on, I'm kind of, in a way, I'm glad that did happen, because if everything was all good over there, I probably would still be living over there. But because of all that mess, I just started looking into getting an apartment, a 1 bedroom apartment, because I'm kind of like done with the roommate situation. Because if I would have left that house to go live in another house with roommates, I think it would have been like the similar stuff, but like different faces, you know what I mean? So I did. I ended up getting an apartment, and here I am, no roommates or anything. So I'm so happy. And so yeah, I do have to thank you, Caitlyn and Crazy, for pushing me out of my limit, so I was able to get something nicer for myself. So thank you. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it was definitely crazy. So Greg did hit me up last week. He did hit me up. He was almost you know, you're one of my friends and I do miss you and we definitely need to catch up and hang out. And yeah, so I basically was like, I was like, I don't know, Greg. I said, I feel like all these girls like the girls that you be trying to, that are in your life, they're very toxic and they mentally be trying to try me all the time. And I don't got time for that. And so obviously cut it off. But yeah, I think he did know I was trans, but he just never said anything. I didn't keep my mouth shut. So, but definitely, this only happened because I was drunk. Had I not been drunk, none of this probably would have ever happened or transpired. So, definitely, I hope you guys love this story time video. I do not recommend doing what I did, but I mean, it just happened, and you know, stuff happens. I'm not perfect, stuff like that. So, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical. Mwah.